Chris here at Bushcraftcambridge. Just wanted to do a little, I don't know if it's a review or just a overview, I guess, of what I'm using as a sleep system. People that know me know that you know, I used to camp in the woods by using a canvas tarp and setting up a little lean-to and sleeping by the fire, and for a long time that was great. But as I gotten older, the ground gets a little harder and a little colder, and about a year ago I started with hammock camping, and I can honestly say that it will be a rare occasion for me to go back to sleeping on the ground. It's been that good. I can honestly say that I get a better night's sleep out in the woods in my hammock than I do in my own bed in my house. So that being said, we'll flip the camera around and we'll show you what I got going on over here. Thanks. Alright, so here we are in the hammock. I'm competing for audio with the Blue Jay right now, so he's not very happy with getting wet, I guess. But on we go. I like to keep my hammock fairly low so that if I am, say, by the fire, I can, you know, keep my feet on the ground, and then it keeps you know, pressure from building up behind your knees. You know, sometimes if your hammock is raised higher, this can happen. You know, you get the blood cut off, and then your feet go numb, and you can't walk. You just go to stand up, and you fall down. So my hammock itself is the Grand Trunk double, and it's 10.5 feet long, 6'6" wide. So you know, I can kick back in this thing sideways, you know, prop my head up and you know, read away, or you know, hang and chill by the fire. And then my Ridgeline I use is 1.75 millimeter Dyneema that I just made into a large whoopee sling, basically, and left about 10 or 12 feet of tail on the end of it, so that should I need to, I can use it for a ridge line for, you know, a tarp shelter, or other than just a ridge line for my hammock. You know, like there's enough length there that I could use it for many other things if needed. And then let's see. Oh, we're going to be trying out the Snugpak underquilt. It's rated for 5 degrees Celsius, and we're sitting at about 7 degrees right now Celsius. And I've slept in this so far down to about 7 or 8 degrees, maybe 9, and I was fine, and that was just in my underwear. But it works great so far. I've heard a few people say that, you know, there was some issues with stitching and quality, but to be honest, I haven't really found that with this. All the stitching seems to be fine. Like, I mean, it is only 80 bucks Canadian, so I mean, I paid that for a sleeping pad, and this is a way better option than a sleeping pad. I will never ever recommend using a sleeping pad in a hammock again. I guess the only step from here would be to go to a down under quilt. So, but yeah. So moving on, each end of my hammock, I have it's 1/8 am steel whoopee slings, and then those go to my tree straps, which are the same thing, 1/8 am steel, and those I just made with a loop, like a fixed loop in one end, and then I just use a Marline spike hitch on each end with a stick in through there, and then I hang my hammock that way. And above us we've got the DD Hammocks 3x3 tarp, right on cue. and it's a polyester tarp. I haven't had any issues with durability or leaks. They're all fully taped and sealed seams. It's a pretty good tarp for the money. I believe it was about 80 bucks, I think, Canadian. I'm not positive, but somewhere around there. And then, you know, this is all pretty much just self-explanatory, I guess, for anybody that does any real hammocks. But I guess if anybody has any other questions, just feel free to ask them, and then I can answer or show in another video. But there's plenty of people out there who know way more about hammocking than I do. So maybe have a look at Shug Emery. He's the guy that I learned everything from, and there's a bit of comic relief in there as well. You know, he's not a very dry or bland person to watch, but just a wealth of knowledge on his channel, and that's Shug Emery. Information on the Snugpak underquilt is very hard to find, actually. There's not very much information as far as, you know, reviews go on YouTube. But I figured for the price I would go with it. And then I just recently picked up the Sea to Summit pillow, and it's just an inflatable with like a soft outer skin, and this thing is amazing for the size and the weight. I don't know why you wouldn't bring something like this. Like, you can literally fold that up and it goes into this little tiny stuff sack here. And but I find I need something just to put under my neck, or else I get like a pressure spot under my neck while I'm sleeping in the hammock. And then for instead of a top quilt, I have the MMSS, I guess the military modular sleep system, and I'm just using the winter bag from that, and that's rated down to well below what I'm going to be sleeping in tonight, so this should be plenty. And I guess that's just about it. You know, I've made some soft shackles at each end so that I can easily take my Ridgeline off without having to take the hammock down. I used to use parachute cord for a Ridgeline, but I'm trying to get the weights down and, you know, make things less bulky and easier to pack, because let's face it, the smaller the pack size, the easier it is to bring. And right now I can get this whole system down into the compression sack that comes with the military modular sleep system. So that's kind of a bonus, and then that is made to fit into the US Army rucksack. So that's about it for my sleeping gear. And then, you know, also I have my Expedition Sabercat up top here, which, you know, helps hold you know, essential items, you know, flashlight, headlamp, you know, books, and all my other stuff that, you know, all my stuff that I need, you know, to help me out through camp. You know, my fire kit, everything else is all in this baby right here. So far so good. It's been a great bag. I just started carrying it. I went from the Proteus to the Sabercat just because the Proteus was a little too small, and I was finding I was overstuffing it. And so I found that this is a happy medium. It gives me lots of space, and as long as I don't, you know, go crazy overcrowding it, it's great. It's easy to find everything, it's organized, and you have room for everything that you need. So you can take this and then travel around, and then you have all of your items with you. So I guess that's about it. Thanks a lot.